What's going on, everyone? And welcome to another episode of State of the Real Estate Market with Chris Brown, where we not only talk about buying, selling, and investing in real estate, but we also talk about building generational wealth and different entrepreneur activities that are going on in today's society, today's economy, today's, what's next type of entrepreneur activities that are going on. So welcome to the channel. If you have never seen this show before, be sure to like and to subscribe to the channel. And we want to make sure that you receive all the notifications and alerts that become available when we do a live show. Typically, we do this once a week. We do it on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. And we just kind of change things around a little bit. I don't know I don't know what to think of it just yet. We changed the background. May change it back as we go through this episode, but we change things around a little bit. Just trying to do different things to liven up this activity and make sure that we are delivering the best content to you guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's topic. And today's topic is, let's do this. Start this. Okay, today's topic is, how much is your home worth? Yeah, that is a big question. That is a very, very big question these days. How much is your home worth? A lot of people have been reaching out to me in reference to this or having some type of question around it. And I appreciate that. That's what I am here for. So definitely appreciate people reaching out to me, asking questions about certain things about their home value. Today, we're going to go over a couple of different tools that are available, a couple of myths that are out there, and some of the reasons why you would want to, one, know this information or even share it with someone else. It's so important. And some of these tools are free to have maybe a general idea of what your home value is. And ultimately, some of them do cost, but we'll go over the ones that don't cost, and I'll point out the ones that do cost, that will cost you something. But I know a lot of times it's just a curiosity, and that's something that I am able to provide to my clients. And hopefully you guys have a real estate professional that you guys are working with that can also share that information with you. So once again, make sure you guys like, subscribe. It helps me out, and it helps me to make sure that people are getting this information. And if you guys have any comments, be sure to leave me a few comments. Let me know what you think. If you have questions, be sure to leave it in the comment section. We usually get back to you pretty quickly, especially during the live. We will start doing a lot more of the live chats where we can go back and forth on the chat. But as we're kind of playing with things here, we want to make sure that we're giving you the value content first, and we'll keep adding into the letting you guys chit chat with me as I go through this each week. But be sure to like, subscribe, appreciate it. All right, so the reason that this has come up a lot is because we are in what we call a seller's market. And I've talked about this week after week. What is a seller's market? In short, it is a market where there is a high demand for people that are looking to buy, and there is a low inventory of homes that are actually available. So that means there aren't that many sellers selling their homes or placing them on the market for them to be for sale. So this creates what's called a seller's market, and different things happen, and people get very curious, because what happens is, with it being a low supply of homes, people are typically paying a bit more for the home than what a seller may be asking for. And they're also competing with a lot more buyers. So before, you would only, say about a year ago, you would maybe only have to deal with maybe anywhere between 2 to 5 offers on a particular home. and they would probably come within like a 7 to 10 day period. And those are the people who are really in the market at that time. Now, that's a different story. You're getting multiple offers day one, actually in the first hour. We're still experiencing the high rush. It did slow down a tad bit. People were going to school. People weren't traveling as much, but now the travel is starting to pick back up because we're going into the holidays. And this is for my market specifically. I'm speaking in regards to, we're going into the holidays. People are traveling. People are coming to Florida. That's where I'm at. So, but, always understand what your market is actually doing. So, home estimate tools. So we go over these tools, and I place them in not so much as in a particular order, but I want you guys to realize that the number one home estimate tool, or just really understanding the value of your home, I'd say the number one aspect tool, however you want to, or situation, the number one tool is the amount. Your home is valued at the amount that any one buyer is willing to pay at a given time. So let me repeat that. Your home value is the amount that any buyer is willing to pay at a given time. Now, ultimately, you're like, okay, well, say if it doesn't appraise or anything along those lines. If you are working with a real estate professional, there are certain ways to make sure that you have that negotiated out. So if it doesn't particularly appraise at a particular amount, then it is still covered in the deal. The transaction does go through. And that's what we've been experiencing a whole lot of lately, whereas homes are being placed up, or that are being placed on the market for sale, and people are willing to pay 20, 30. I've even seen it $40,000, $50,000 above asking, which is typically above what we ideally think that the home will appraise for. So in that case, even though it may appraise for a little bit less, people are willing to pay more. So that actually tells you the value of your home. And it is because of the frenzy that we have. It's a seller's market. And it could be a number of reasons why people are willing to pay over that amount. A lot of times what happens is, to us, or at least to me, for a little minute, since in the Tampa Bay area, one of the big things that I realized is that homes are not, to me, the values of the homes were already kind of high, but when you have people that are coming from the Northeast, coming from the West Coast, they see the home prices here in the Tampa Bay area, and they're like, wow, these prices are cheap for a home. So they're willing to pay the additional amount because to me, it's paying a lot more, but to them, this is the cheapest home that they've ever seen. So to them, the value of the home is greater than what the appraised value would be. Now, ultimately, the neighbors that are living in that same neighborhood, they benefit because now that the home actually sold at a particular high price, now the values in their homes actually go up. So anybody else that follows suit to actually sell their home, they're in a position where their home will appraise because they have actual sales in the neighborhood that are at the very high price. So keep that in mind. So that is the number one situation of giving you the value of your home. And then I have a few other tools, individuals, and being able to find out how much your home is worth. So first of all, you can go to an appraiser. I mean, people ask me on a regular basis, hey, do you know of an appraiser? What does the appraiser think about their home? This is the number one tool because they are, appraiser is a licensed professional that is able to give you the exact true value of your home. And a lot of banks use appraisers. If you're going through financing process, they will use an appraiser to get the value of your home. Sometimes they go into the home, they see the updates. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they do drive-bys. It's different reasons, different scenarios. I tell everyone just to be prepared. now that we've experienced the pandemic, everything's different. Nothing's consistent as in what people do or the process, always being aware of change. Change will come. There's always something changing. Just put it that way. So just keep it in mind. There's always something changing. But an appraiser is one of those paid resources that you can pay. It's typically a couple $100 that you're gonna give someone, and they will give you an appraisal of your area. Now, sometimes we're just curious and we want to get a strong idea of what's going on in our community and our community, our neighborhood, whatever it may be. So there is a website. It's called showmyhomeestimate.com. And I'll actually probably take a moment to show you guys, but showmyhomeestimate.com is a free website. It's very simple. What you do is you go to the website, input your address, and it will do a report on the demographics, give you information on the history of the community, give you not only just history. When I say history, I mean like past sales, the prices, the growth over a period of time. Have the prices, they'll show different trends. If the prices have been increasing over the past 5 to 10 years, school information. This is and the report only really takes about 2 minutes. You go to the website, you enter in your information about your property. It's going to ask you for, the property, obviously the property address. You got to know the property address. And then they're going to ask for your information because they want to be able to send you the report. And that's how you receive the report. You receive a digital report in regards to the values of what homes are selling for in your area, and letting you know what activity has been going on. Because a lot of times we see signs, we may not know how much the home is selling for, or a lot of times signs don't even go into the yard and homes are actually selling. You're like, oh, these people just moved in. So that is a great resource, showmyhomeestimate.com. And let me show you guys how simple that is. Let's get on over to it. All right, here we go, guys. All right. All right, sorry about that, guys, but here we go. We're gonna get you this information. All right, where is it? Okay, there you go. Sorry about that, guys. All right, but here we go. Show your home estimate. You put that information into your computer, and it's going to say, what's my home worth? Enter in your address. Very simple. I'm sure we all can do that. Very simple process. Okay, very simple process. Show my home. What's my home worth? You enter in the information there, your address, and then it'll search just to confirm that you have the right property. And then it'll ask you, where do you want this information to go to? And it'll actually customize the report for you as well. So showmyhomeestimate.com, that is the website that you want to go to in order to get, this is another free tool for you guys. Just want to make sure that you guys are aware of that. And let's get back to the nitty gritty here. Looks like the internet, I apologize because it looked like the internet connection had dropped for a moment. And, that's the good thing about high-speed internet and everybody working from home. You have those moments. Sometimes it happens during too funny, too funny, too funny. All right. So here we go. Back to the show. Appraiser, a paid resource, showmyhomeestimate.com. That is a free website. And talking about websites, there are other websites that are out there that will give you a general idea of what your home value is. But it's all about understanding the tools that you have access to. A lot of people, they just go to a website and they receive a number and they're like, oh, my home is worth that. Well, let's be frank. A lot of times these homes that are selling, a lot of them have updates that have been done. And if you don't have that one-on-one or someone able to observe the different updates that you've had done to your home, that it can hurt you in one sense, because it's like if properties that are selling haven't been updated and you have been updating your home, then the value of your home could be worth more than those because yours has updates that have been done, especially if it deals with like electrical, flooring, plumbing, new kitchen that you might have placed in your home. Those are some of the things that you need to keep in mind. So when you go to these websites, it may be a great tool, but it's really understanding how to use those tools. It's just like, a surgeon. If you have a surgeon comes out with a tray of different tools that they utilize to do surgery on people. Now, if you gave me that same tray, now would you entrust in me to perform the surgery on you, or would you want to have the doctor do that for you? Exactly. So I doubt if you want me to do it. So with that being said, that leads up to another tool, another resource is contacting a real estate professional. And reason I say this is because now they can give you a better idea of what homes are actually selling for. This is someone that is probably definitely familiar with the community, familiar with the market, letting you know what things are going on. Like, for instance, I remember I had a client and we were listing their home. And for whatever reason, these other websites were giving us values that were 20, it was like from 20 to 45,000 less than I really thought that the property would go for. And reason being is because this was one of those homes that was a pool home. It had updates. You can tell that it's been updated in the past, 8 years. And with that being said, I'm like, the values don't make any sense that the different websites that were, giving me the number back. So I did some research and I knew that we can go a bit higher than what the different websites were saying. And we actually did. We sold that particular home, I believe it was 33,000 more than what the suggested price was. So making sure you're working with a real estate professional that knows the market and has a better understanding of the different activity that's going on in the area. All right. And then a lot of you guys, because I get this all the time, you guys use this tool on a regular basis. So tools like this, you go into your big websites, your Zillows, your Zestimates, they give you those type of estimates. You have to be careful. Now they are it's another scenario where it's a great tool, but what is the tool really good for? I usually look at those tools to have a better understanding of actual homes that are sold. And what I mean by this is because they'll list them, the homes that have actually sold, and then you can compare it to your home. Now, if you have a one-story home that was built in the 80s, and now you're comparing it to a home that is 2 stories that was just recently built as new construction, that's not a good comparison. You want to get comps that are similar. And when I say comps, I mean comparable homes that are to yours. And it's usually homes that have actually sold and not homes that are actually listed. And a lot of people get that confused just because what they'll try to do is they'll see someone, they listed their home for a high price. And it was like, oh, my home must be worth that because I know my home looks better than that home. No, but it hasn't sold. So that's the key thing. So you want to look at properties that have actually sold. So keep that in mind when you are looking at the different websites. At the end of the day, I know a lot of us have curiosities. Contact your real estate professional to get this information. They'll do a market analysis, and hopefully they are familiar with the area, with the market, whichever real estate professional that you select. But reach out to them, have them do a market analysis for your home. I've been doing a lot of those this month. Actually, I send them out to my past clients this month to give them a market analysis, to let them know, hey, this is what's going on in the market. You know, letting you know that, hey, I know you purchased your home maybe about 4 years ago, but strangely enough, you have about 100,000 in equity right now. So, you know, those are some of the things that really excite people and make them curious. But then at the end of the day, it's like, if we sell the home, we get a lot of money, but where are we going to move to? Because we love the area. So that's always another a part. So you got people on the fence, they want to sell, but where do they go to next? So for those, like I've always said before, if you are thinking about selling your home, always check out the free website, which is showmyhomeestimate.com. I'm also available. If you are in my area, the Tampa Bay market, you can definitely contact me. My website is realestatewithchrisbrown.com. I do have a team that does answer the phone 24/7 at 813-344-3567. They will speak with you and communicate with you in regards to your needs. If you're selling a home, if you have a home that's for sale, they'll get the general information about the property. And once you complete that process with them, then I'll be able to follow up with you as well. As well as even if you're thinking about buying a home. But definitely reach out if you are thinking about selling your home. And like I said, with that website, that is a website that you can go to, and you don't even have to be in the Tampa Bay area. You can actually be in New York, California, enter the property information and get some details about what's going on. But ultimately, you do want to deal with someone that is local in your market that may be able to give you a little bit more insight as in what homes are actually selling for. I can only tell you so many stories. And I have a recent one where the family inherited a property, and the person that was kind of running the show didn't live in the area. And they actually, unfortunately, sold their home for a number of tens of thousands of dollars less than what the home was actually worth and what it would have sold for. So unfortunately, they contacted me when they were a little bit about waist high in the situation. So keep that in mind. This is a free resource. I want to make sure that I'm giving this out to people. I don't want to see that happen. You know, like I said, at least go to this website, educate yourself. You know, if you're not using me, use a different real estate professional to give you a better understanding of what the values are going for in your area or your home's community that you want to get sold. All right, guys. And for my people that are on social media, feel free. I know in the description, there's probably multiple social media platforms where you can find me, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. I'm on it, and feel free to follow me. Like I said, it'll be great to hear from you guys. My usual handle is at Chris Brown, RE Pro. That's Facebook and Instagram. Chris Brown, RE Pro. Reach out to me. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Like I said, if you are in the Tampa Bay area and you are thinking about buying, selling, or investing here in the Tampa Bay area, be sure to check me out, realestatewithchrisbrown.com. You guys take care.